Hey guys, how you doing? I'll show you a video and talk a little bit about, I said before in some of my other videos I'd stopped playing World of Warships. This new user agreement for World of Tanks and World of Warships made me a little bit uncomfortable, and I just frankly don't find World of Warships that enjoyable to play, and the new user agreement for that game has just tipped it over the edge for me. Made it so it's just not worth playing. And this game here that I'm showing, it's I'm in a Maggie, and there's about 3 guys on our team, 2 of whom are top tier battleships who just don't even involve themselves till the very end. And that's kind of like what this game has devolved into constantly. And I just can't take it. The same thing is found in World of Tanks, where guys won't move at all. Like these 2 big battleships are platooned together, do in this game that I'm showing you. But in those, in World of Tanks, the games are like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and then you can get whatever tank, in this case ship, you're working on or progressing towards, in this case a tier 8, up in another game. But here, the games, especially if guys sit back to the end like that, and they're the last ones to be destroyed because, of course, they haven't moved, they've hidden behind an island the whole game. So the games last like 10, 12, sometimes the whole 15 minutes before you can get your ship back in, out of port again, back into the port and into a new match. So it's like intolerable. And then these user agreements, I'm not sure if you've guys read them over, but I did agree to it in World of Tanks, obviously, but I haven't agreed to it in this World of Warships. These EU-inspired regulations governing games, and of course wargaming is caught up in that, and it's not all wargaming's fault, right? But they just make me very uncomfortable. I mean, it's gone to like bizarre levels of censorship and threats of taking away your account and punishment. Some people have, like me, in World of Warships, thousands of hours, and probably not as many dollars invested, real money, as World of Tanks, but still a lot of money. Premium vehicles, premium ships. But all of that is still not worth it to make me continue to want to play this game. The gameplay is killing any enjoyment. I don't get any enjoyment from this. This game sucks now. Seriously, it sucks. They introduced aircraft carriers and this freaking camping shit. It's unplayable, and these user agreements were the last straw for me. What do you have to? Where's it going with this? I had a longer video on this. I kind of took it down. Thought I better tone it down a bit because I was pretty upset with these user agreements, man. I don't know if you've read them over like I have, but you should. And I just couldn't agree to it on this. It's not worth it to me on World of Warships. On World of Tanks, I did agree to it. But don't like it one little bit. So you have to agree, right, in order to play the game. but you should look into what you're agreeing to. The censorship in video games is just becoming ridiculous. The threats of punishment and taking someone's account away that they've invested thousands, in some cases of hours of gameplay and to progress up tech trees, and in some cases thousands of dollars of premium vehicles in either game. And that's a substantial penalty, right? And just what are you agreeing to? You know, it's like, my God, you know, it's a video game, for God's sakes, right? It's a video game. It's supposed to be fun. But now, what's the fun part? Nobody talks on these things anymore. You'd be fucking foolish to talk in game for fear of offending somebody. I mean, you can offend if you told somebody in this game the water is blue, the sky is blue. Somebody would be offended by that and want to report you. I'm serious. The world's gone crazy with frickin' people getting offended over everything, and everything being racist, everything being transphobic, everything being, you know, everything's bad. You open your frickin' mouth and tell them, you know, the truth. The water's blue, the sky is blue, the clouds are gray and white, and somebody's gonna call you, you know, accuse you of something. The world has gone absolutely bonkers this way, and unfortunately, it's in every aspect of society, including video games. And some games, of course, war games not even as bad as some other games. For the amount of intrusion, let's say, into your what you can say, what you can type, messages you can send, blah 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 blah, on your system or on your computer or whatever platform you choose to play on. It's ridiculous. It's far beyond, they say, protecting people. Well, this is for your protection. It's for your protection. I don't think it's for your protection. I don't think it. History has proved that whenever, you know, these kind of things come into effect, where, you know, it's strict anti-freedom, anti-free speech. It's always under the guise of it's for your protection. But of course it never is. It's to protect, it's not to protect the individual from harassment. We already have plenty of laws, at least in Western countries, protecting people's, you know, against these kinds of things, against threats and harassment and blah blah blah. So I'm not talking about those things. This goes far beyond that. This is where's it gonna go one day? You have to pledge allegiance to some leader in order to be able to play a video game. Is that where it's going one day? Every time you sign in, you gotta, you know, swear an oath to, you know, it's freaking crazy. These the way these user agreements and these EU regulations. This where it's stemming from, right? The EU. I don't trust the EU as far as I, you know, pick up the building and throw it. There's certain people in there in the EU who speak on behalf of freedom and free speech, but for the most part, it's controlled by people who are anti-free speech and anti-freedom and full-on censorship and control. And I don't like that one little bit. I don't want to, you know, if I'm not enjoying the end game anyway, why would I agree each time to further and further encroachments into your ability to speak freely. As I said, you'd be foolish to speak in this game, use the in-game chat, because you're gonna offend somebody no matter what you say. Everything is offensive these days, right? Everything. So it's best not to even turn your microphone on or turn that in-game chat option on, unless maybe you're in a platoon with guys you can trust. You know. So it's freaking ridiculous. Seriously, there's the enjoyment level isn't what it used to be because of these censorship laws, and it's not protecting anybody. Come on. When you go online, you have to have a bit of a thick skin, right? When you go outside your freaking door every day, you go to school, you go to work, you go wherever, you gotta have a thick skin. You can't find everything offensive. If you do, you're gonna, and that's the way people are now. They find everything offensive, right? You tell them to have a good day. You tell them Merry Christmas, they're fucking offended by that. It's crazy. Crazy. And unfortunately, it's in video games too. So here's the 2 stars of the show. This is the last guy left. He didn't even frickin' go and help his platoon mate. It's a little bit ahead of him, got blown up. And this kind of nonsense just permeates this game. It's fucking ridiculous, and it's not worth playing, in my opinion. I'm gonna continue playing World of Tanks because I agreed to the user agreement there, and I have a lot more time and money invested in that game than I do in this. But still, I have a substantial amount of money that I'm basically throwing away. I'm not interested in playing this game anymore. So whoever's responsible for the user agreement, thank you. You lost a customer, me anyway. But I don't know if guys even bother reading user agreements, but you should. They're an eye-opener as to where society is going. Unfortunately, games are caught up in that too. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Let me know what you think, if you agree or disagree. But I appreciate it. And I respect if you disagree. Thank you. Bye-bye.